All right. I think I got it figured out here. We'll see. Hopefully somebody will find me on here. All right. Let me turn y'all around a little bit. All right. I'm going to get my comments pulled up here. Hello, Patty. All right. I am going to be on Craft Around the Clock. I'm just holding on for just a minute till I get shared into the group. And let's see. Let me make sure I've got everything. Let me get that muted there. So, all right. So hopefully I'll be able to see comments. Thank you for sprinkling, Patty. Thank you guys for joining me this morning. Happy Friday to everybody. I'm glad to see you guys all here. I'm not sure if I have been shared into the group yet or not. Let's see. It doesn't say yet, so I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I've been shared yet or not, but anyway, and thank you so much for the hearts. I really appreciate it. Wearing my Valentine shirt today. I tried to post up in the description up above my name. Oh, hey, Tracy, thank you. This is my very first time in Craft Around the Clock. I'm so excited to be here. I'm so thankful to have been chosen to be part of this group. And so I have a couple things planned out, and hopefully everything will work out with the time-wise, and we'll have plenty of time to finish everything. If not, I'll post pictures after a while when I have a chance to finish everything. So the first little thing that I have, which is kind of a 2-for-1. So the first little thing I have for you is going to be this cute little like Valentine. It's like a little envelope with some little hearts in it. I've kind of changed up the way the pattern reads, kind of done it my own way, especially for time reasons, and since I can't use the sewing machine on live, that would be way too noisy. So I've kind of done it with a glue gun for right now, but I would totally be able to do this with the sewing machine. I'm not really much of a sewer, but this is something I think it was an easy pattern. I found it on Etsy, so if you're interested in the pattern, it's not my pattern, it's somebody else's pattern, but it's Old Annie Primitives. And I found her on Etsy, and the pattern seems easy enough. I did change it up a little bit just for being able to be on here and do it with you guys. So if you have any questions, be sure to let me know, and I will do my best to try to watch and answer them. I think I am seeing some comments. So I am commenting, or I'm not commenting. I am coming to you guys. I am in southern West Virginia. We have had some crazy weather, and last week it was below 0. This week it is spring temperatures, like in the 50s and stuff. It's crazy. I'm gonna try to tilt y'all down a little bit so y'all can see what I've got going on here. All right, so hopefully that's a little better. So I was thinking with these little hearts too, and these are just, some of this was just some scrap fabric that I had laying around. You can make them reversible if you wanted to. The ones that go in the little envelope, I think probably best if I probably would glue those in there. But the ones, these bigger ones too, I was thinking you could use those for like dough bowls or your tier trays. You could have them different size, different fabrics. And I had some scrap fabrics, and I have some little wooden keys. Love the little details, all the little things. And so I'll put all those little things with it. But anyway, I've got a couple other ideas going on too in case we need another project. You're from the northern panhandle of West Virginia. I'm from, hello sister, I am from the southern part of West Virginia. So, and we have some sunshine today. So, what I have done here, I went ahead and cut this out so that it wouldn't eat into our time. I wasn't sure how long it was going to take me to get this finished, but I went ahead and cut out the envelope pattern from the pattern I showed you there. And this is like a cotton. I'm not sure if you can see the texture on this one. I used something a little thicker. On the pattern, it wants you to put like batting and put 2 layers, but for time's sake and everything, I just did the 1. So you got it envelope all cut out, and then you're gonna, let me see if I can do this from this way. So I'm holding it, here's the top, so we're just gonna fold this up here, and I had snipped the ends of this off and made them flat. And then you're just going to kind of line them up there where the envelope would fold over if you were going to close it. So, what I'm going to do is, I remembered to heat my glue gun up. That was on my list this morning, turn glue gun on. So, what I'm going to do is kind of look here and see, I don't have y'all down far enough. Maybe if I back you up a little bit. Okay. So I'm just going to take my glue gun and kind of lay this where I need to have it. And then I'm just going to put a little bead of glue there. Hopefully this is heated up enough for me this morning. Hopefully I won't burn my fingers. So, and then just kind of press that down, hold it for a second. Thank you for following, you guys. I appreciate it. New follows. I'm trying to grow my page, and I appreciate any of the follows or sprinkles that you guys would like to do. So this is a fun group. I've watched it for a while. Then had an opportunity to join. So here I am. And Tracy, I don't know if Tracy, it's been a long time. I mentioned it on one of her shows one time, but she lives in the same town as my brother does. So I don't think they know each other, but just a small world that they live in the same area. So thank you, Norma. So does everyone out there, do you guys craft, or do you just like to watch or shop for crafts? What kinds of stuff do you guys make? Thank you, Natalie. And I put another thing up there with, I tried to put the link for the Craft Round the Clock group. I'll have to go back and edit that afterwards so that you guys can find that in case you're not on that group. I was having trouble getting my go live button kept disappearing when I tried to put that on there, so I didn't get to put that on there. But I will go back and edit it afterwards. Yeah, Tracy is so nice. I love to watch her. So now that I glued my edges, so this is going to give me more of a primitive look. So if you were going to sew this on your sewing machine, then you would go back and you would have the batting and the different layers, and you'd go back and you'd stitch all the way around that and make a nice pretty little edge there. And then you could also, if you wanted to, you could go back and you could kind of rough up the edges a little bit if you want it to be even more, a little bit more primitive. You craft a number of things. Oh, you made your Christmas cards? Gosh, I was lucky to get my Christmas cards even mailed this year. It just seemed so busy and hard to keep up with everything. My daughter has started taking dance again, and December was just really busy. So I've got my little envelope made. So what I was thinking was take some cotton batting just to kind of fill in the bottom of it a little bit to take up some of the space. that was my plan anyway. So yeah, I like the primitives. I love the primitive. I love the vintage look of like Christmas and Valentine's, especially the vintage, all the vintage things. So I put a little bit of the batting in there just to kind of fill that in a little bit. And then I have a bag here with some Spanish moss. So I'm just going to grab a little piece of that. And hopefully my dogs will behave. This is a long time for them to be good. For 45 minutes. So hopefully they will be good. I have 2 Weimaraners. And they are a handful and seem like more like kids at times than dogs. So we'll see. The Spanish moss is so messy, but it's so pretty. All right, so then I add a little Spanish moss in there. And then I was going to show you. So this is the pattern I'm doing. It's an Old Annie primitive pattern. I found that one on Etsy. If you're interested in it, I can always find a link for it and post that for you. I did have the little cutout for the heart somewhere here. Oh, here it is. So here's, this was on another pattern that I got from the same place. I just used the heart, this heart for this project instead. So I just traced it out onto the fabrics, the different fabrics that that I had on hand already. So we always usually have plenty of fabrics and everything on hand. So I just used a pen, and of course, if I was gonna do this the right way, I probably wouldn't use a pen, but so I just traced it out like that. Made sure you have, you know, 2 layers. Make sure you got the 2 layers there. And I lay that over to the side. And then I just took my scissors and just cut it out around the edge. And you could use any heart size, or however you want. If you wanted to put like a big one and several little ones in there, you could do that. So good morning, everybody. Thanks for joining me. Are they as big as a Great Dane? No, they're not quite that big. They're about 70 pounds a piece, 70 to 75, depending on which one. One's a little taller than the other one. But they are, I was hoping this morning, I was thinking that I'd feed them breakfast and then they would do their usual post-breakfast nap. But so far, no, that's not happened, of course, today. Hello, Nora. Welcome. It's my first time here on Craft Round the Clock, so I am excited to be here. So does anybody have any plans for New Year's or anything fun planned this weekend? That was an ear flap. If you heard that. So hopefully the trash guy doesn't come by or anything like that. We'll be okay. We're not doing anything. We're just hanging out and trying to go slow. I should wear my glasses. That would help a lot, but I just don't want to. I don't want to wear my glasses. Oh, I had LASIK done several years ago, and I'm just in denial that it's gotten to where I'm going to have to start wearing those again. Hello, Sandy. Hello, everybody. Thank you, Cindy. All right, so I got that cut out, and then, of course, there's 2 pieces. They're separate, so, and that one that I traced over where I can kind of see the ink mark where I traced around that, we'll flip that one over so it'll be on the inside. So then, and if you don't sew or you don't like to sew, I've usually had pretty good luck with the glue gun. They do make a glue for fabric, a special glue stick for fabrics. But I don't know. If you're like me, anytime I've ever used a glue gun for anything, if I need to get something back apart again, about can't ever get it to come back apart. So if it's just going to be something for you and it's just going to be kind of in your house, it would be just fine. You're not going to be messing with it. We're shopping today and going to lunch tomorrow. Let's be home with our fur babies. Oh, that's true. Yeah, mine are scared of fireworks too, or any noise really. If they hear a loud noise outside, they want to go hide. So they're just big chickens. Let's see. I'm gonna start at the top over here. So far, I'm seeing comments, so that's good. Usually, I get on here and I'm like, can't see nothing. So I'm gonna go around and I'm gonna leave a little piece of. I hope you guys can see okay. Can y'all see? Well, pink on pink was probably not the best color choice for me to use to show as an example on my mat here. But anyway, so I left the little edge here open, and I'm going to let that set up there just for a second, and put a little bit of stuffing in there. I've got some other ones I can glue here to show you, but just take some batting, and I'm not going to put it too full because to go in that envelope. So stick to me. Oh, goodness. Thank you, The Grateful Barn. I'm glad to be here. It's so strange to have been watching all of these crafters and then to be on here with you guys. It's just such a weird feeling. All right, and I'm going to put just a little bit more. That's probably too much. So there we go. Get that on there. Need maybe just a little hair more. So I have some down in that tip. Bottle rockets. Oh, my dogs would probably like to watch, but they don't just, if it wasn't for the noise, they would probably like to watch. They get freaked out about helicopters, airplanes, anything loud like that. We actually had a helicopter or something fly over this morning, and they were so sound asleep they didn't hear it. I was surprised, actually. So yeah, if it freezes up or you have problems with the sound, sometimes you have to just close the video out and reopen the whole thing. I don't know why it does that. It's just a glitch, and I don't know why. It's just something we can't always control, unfortunately, so. Alright, I think I got that down. And I'm gluing my fingers to everything here, so. Anyway, so I got that one. Got that one all done. And I have different fabrics here. I have some old, a little scrap piece that I had. Oh my goodness, that won't get off my hand. I had this one that had like a Paris, like a print on it. It's got like an Eiffel Tower. It was just a scrap piece that I always check out the scraps at, where's that store? Hobby Lobby. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I always check out the ones there. And then I've got some of these. Let me show you. This is the fabric I used on this little one here. So this is the heart that came with the pattern. This is the size that came with it. But I wanted to, instead of having a bunch of little ones in there, I was going to add like a big one or maybe two. It depends. Aw, thank you, Shauna. I'm sorry about your fur baby. I lost one this year too. We did have 3, but we lost one in June too. This is shirt is actually, it's in my Etsy store. This is one that I designed myself. One of my first things that I designed on and put in there. So I'm new to all of that, still learning. All this computer stuff is tricky sometimes, but I'm still learning it. So, we're used to the 50. Yeah, you just gotta roll with the glitches and just keep on. So I'm gonna go ahead and fix another one. And so I'm just gonna go around it with the, on the edge with the glue. I even remembered to get me a spare glue stick ready this morning, just in case. Because the way I have my stuff stored, there's no way I could just get up and run and grab something. I don't have that kind of space. So, and you can still see kind of some behind me is some of my mess back there from where I do my live sales and stuff. So, all right, I got one side glued. And then this side. This would be a cute little gift if you wanted to give somebody some kind of little Valentine gift, something that you would want to make. It wouldn't take a long time to do. If you wanted to give it to somebody that didn't have a lot of space, or like somebody in their nursing home, you want to give them something, you know, different than just a card. This would be a cute little gift. And these would also be perfect size for to prop up in a tier tray, if you have like a tier trays that you like to decorate with. So, all right, I got that all glued around. Leave your opening down at the end so you can get the batting in there. My computer I have over here as my backup keeps wanting to go off on me. I have to keep hitting the thing. Welcome, Luann. I'm glad to see you. So how am I doing on time? It's 10:22. I have another project just in case. Let's see. Oh my goodness. I love this fabric. I found it. I was planning on using it for like maybe Christmas projects, and I never really had anything to use it for. And then I thought, well, this would be pretty for Valentine's Day. Like the velvet, it's like just kind of a crushed velvet fabric that I found it at Hobby Lobby. Hello, Amy. How are you doing today, Amy? I went with Amy the other week and we went and looked at Christmas lights everywhere. And oh, sure, no problem, Joe Helen. If you need to watch the replay, sometimes those, for some reason, sometimes the replays come back better than the live show. Hello, Jessie. So sometimes I have trouble with the replays, though. I don't know. For some reason, the sound wants to act up on me sometimes when I try to watch replays. But it doesn't always do that. Oh, that would have been a cute Santa bag. Oh, that would have. I hadn't thought about that. By the time I found it, I was already well into my Christmas stuff and so busy with just trying to keep up with all the places we had to be and do everything, and I just couldn't, my mind couldn't think of anything else. It was full. Waterloo, Iowa. Hello, good morning, Carolyn. So is everybody's weather a little bit better this weekend? Ours was super cold last week. We had, our Christmas temperatures were around 0 pretty much, and wind chills were like minus 30 at one night. I don't remember which night that was, but it was really, really cold. Now we're having water problems because people had so many pipes bust and everything. Some people have water, some people don't. They're still trying to fix it. We can't use it. Well, it's a boil water, so you can use it, but I try to avoid doing that if I can. So I am from West Virginia, Jill. Watching from Liverpool in the UK. Wow, that's so neat that someone that far away from me can watch. It's so crazy. You're not very far from me, Tammy. I'm in southern West Virginia. There's a little ski resort here near my town where I am from. And they've been busy. They've been enjoying this cold so they can make lots of snow, and the tourists are enjoying being up there. So I got this one done. So, and I did get some, I'm going to use it on this one so it'll show up better. I do have a batch of Tracy's grunge mixture, the coffee, cinnamon, I can't remember what all else is in here. But if you go to Tracy's page, My Sweet Home Living, I think that's what it is, My Sweet Home Living, she has it pinned at the top of her page. She has the recipe for it. I don't know by heart what it was, but anyway. So, and on this pattern, it shows them doing it on the envelope and everything, and then it talks about like baking it and all that. I just can't do that on here, but if I was to really want to sit here and do this like it says, I would probably do the baking and make it like crispy. Oh, you're close to Caroline in Iowa. Oh, okay, no problem. I can't see the way the comments come through sometimes. So you get this mixture, and I've had it in my fridge, and I warmed it up a little bit. You just kind of paint it on, and then you're supposed to bake it. Makes it kind of crispy, and then you can sand it. It smells really good. I'm not a coffee drinker, but I do love the smell of it. I just never really could get used to the taste of it. So, but thank you guys for spending some time with me this morning, especially since it was my first time on here. I wasn't sure how that was gonna go. So here's what it looks like after you kind of grunge it up. I'm just going to put just a little more. It makes it smell really good. Yeah, I love the smell. I just never did like the taste of it. I don't know. I mean, I didn't really try it but a couple times, and then I was kind of just done with it, and I didn't want to try it anymore. So let's set that over to the side. But if you wanted to also do it on the envelope, just kind of rub it wherever you want. It gives it that stained look. See, this fabric that I used, it was already kind of like a cream color, so I didn't do any kind of coffee staining or anything to it, but you could if you wanted to do the coffee staining to it. So now my pink heart is going to be wet, but that's okay. So then, now my envelope is going to be wet too. I'm going to switch, since this one's dry, I'm going to use this one instead. So then you get your envelope, you got your envelope all done, and then you take and you tuck in kind of behind the Spanish moss and everything. I'm going to tuck him down in there a little bit further so he doesn't fall out quite so easy. And then I have a smaller one. This is the one that actually came with the pattern. This other one was a different pattern that I had bought that had a bigger heart, and I wanted to use a bigger heart. So, but here is, so then here's that with the hearts in there. And then you can also add some, I don't have any of the Sweet Annie. It does call for Sweet Annie if you want, but I was just going to use some fake greenery, some faux greenery that I got at Hobby Lobby. probably don't need a whole lot for this. I could probably just pull that off of there. Or not, they have it glued on pretty good. So let me cut a couple of sprigs of this off of here. So thanks everybody. I wasn't sure how this was going to turn out. Wow, it's already 10:30. So then you can just put your little sprigs of greenery in here wherever you want. You can put as much or as little as you like. Just kind of tuck that in there. Might put another piece down in here in the front of it. And I used the red hearts. You could use 2 different colored hearts. I had some of these. I haven't glued these up yet either, but I love this fabric too. It's got florals and it's got words printed on it and butterflies. I thought that would be really cute also in there, mixed up with some of the other colors of the hearts. And then I also had some little roses. I was going to maybe put some of those in there. Probably just a little sprig, but of course I ended up putting everything in here red and having it all the same color. Makes it a little harder to see, but so I might stick that up in there like that. So then you have, yeah, I love this fabric. This is just like a crushed velvet scrap piece I bought in the clearance section from Hobby Lobby. Thanks. I love the red hearts too. It just may have shown up a little bit better for you guys if I had used something different for the camera. So, but tuck your greenery in there, and then on the pattern she showed using like the rusty safety pins and the rusty bells. I didn't. I don't have any of the rusty safety pins. But I did have these. These are just some little, I don't know where these even came from. I got these in some craft supplies from somebody. I have these little wooden shaped keys. I've got like a couple different ones. I'm sure you could find these online. Amazon or somewhere would have them. They would be probably pretty inexpensive. And then I just tied a little piece of jute to it. You could also put a little tag with a word, like love or anything that you wanted to. Yeah, maybe Dollar Tree. I'm not sure if Dollar Tree has these little keys or not. It may be where they came from. I'm not for sure. But, and then, like if you had the rusty safety pin, you could just safety pin that on there. Or you could just put a little dab of hot glue behind it. I'm not going to glue it yet since I'm not for sure exactly how I'm going to finish this one out. But you could do that on there. Would be really cute. Living a Heartful Life, Sue, also a new creator. Oh, thank you, Sue. Thank you for following me. I've been trying to go in and follow people and everything since I've been on here. And there's so many great crafts. I love to watch them. Forget who was the other night. She had an awesome wreath. I'm not sure what her name is. I know her wrist, she's wearing a brace. But she had a really cute wreath. She posted a picture of it after she finished it. But all those episodes are up there. You could rewatch them. But here is how this is going to look. You could add more greenery. Yeah, you could definitely change these out for the different... you could change these out for different seasons if you wanted to. You could even maybe do like little green shamrocks. Or if you had a little shamrock pattern, you could put like little shamrocks or something in here for St. Patrick's Day. It wouldn't necessarily have to be hearts, but you could do all kinds of different things with that. The Dashing Willow. Yeah, that was her. Is the Dashing Willow. I've been enjoying watching her. I think she's new to the Craft Around the Clock group too. So, but this is the little craft, and it's from Old Annie Primitives. Old Annie Primitives. I found her on Etsy. If you're interested in the link, let me know. I can go back and try to find that and share it with you guys. But that is how it turned out. And then I was thinking you could make some more of these hearts, and you could use these as dough bowl fillers. It would be really cute too. You could do the different sizes of them. I love them. And so this one's going to have to dry, of course, but this one I put the grunge mixture on with the cinnamon and the coffee. So it's going to smell really good. I love the way this smells. So I'm going to let this dry. I'm probably going to keep one of these for myself. I've got 2 started here, so I was trying to give it a trial run to see how things were going to go with it. So we'll see how that ends up. I'll have to put a picture of it for you guys after I get it all kind of set up and everything. I'll post a picture so you can see it. But anyway, and so I'm also a part of, let me find my cutting board. I have another little idea that I started on. I don't have the finished one shown yet, or the finished one to show you yet. But this little crazy looking thing here, this little ball, I was going to show you. I'll show you how I did it. But you take fabric, and this is a styrofoam ball, and you cut your fabric into squares. I kind of experimented with this one. The ball is about a 3-inch ball, and then I made 2.5-inch squares, just squares of solid fabric. You want something that's got the pattern on the same side. So you don't want something that's like a print where the back's white, because I don't think that would look quite as good that way. But lost my stick, my poker. But anyway, I had a stick there somewhere. But you take your squares like this, whatever color you wanted to. If you wanted to mix them up, you could. And I've just been going in a pattern around. I've just been going in a row around the ball and then slowly moving towards the center of it. So you're going to take, like, you could use the end of a paintbrush. This is just a piece of wire that I had. You're going to poke a hole. Where did I leave off at? My goodness, I can't even tell. So we'll start like right here. So right here, where I've already got this row here, I'll probably try to go like in between. Let me just move over a little bit and go in between. And you can always fill these in. Just kind of poke a hole in there a little bit. Yeah, these balls are neat. I like them. They're great for tier trays also. Tier trays or dough bowls, just little places to scatter. And then you take your fabric and just kind of put your stick or whatever you're poking with in the center of the fabric. And to make it, if you want to make it more permanent, just add a little dab of hot glue there on the end of that. And then you just take and poke it in there. So have any of you guys ever made these before? These fabric balls? I got the styrofoam balls came from Hobby Lobby. They were in the Christmas stuff. But see, you got it there, and you kind of fluff it up, and then after you get done, you have all these areas covered up, and you can kind of rough it up if you want the edges to be more frayed. But I found that I liked the 2.5-inch, 2.5-inch square the best on mine, so that's what we went with. But these are really neat, and you could do them for any holiday. And like your red ones, you could always use this for Christmas and 4th of July. So just take your stick, kind of poke your hole, get it kind of started a little bit. And then put your fabric on the end of it there. You've made some crepe paper. I remember making something sort of like this with tissue paper when I was in elementary school. We had like pictures of flowers or something, and we would take little pieces of tissue paper on the end of a pencil eraser, and then we would glue them to the picture. So you just keep going around till you've got it full like you want it. But this is something easy. You could pre-cut all your squares and everything, and then you could just sit and watch TV. And rust-covered cottage, first time watcher. Thanks for watching. I posted, there's a link up above me that in my description, if it didn't disappear. It's my link tree, and it's got the links to all the pages, all my places. I'm still trying to work on some of them and grow them, but it's got like my Pinterest, my Etsy page, different things like that on there. My shirt's on my Etsy page. It's something that I designed. So let's see what else. I remember doing that too. Yeah, I remember doing that in 3rd grade. We were doing like tulips or something like that. You're in Alabama. That's not too far from us. Not too far, a few hours. We're in the southern part. I'm really close to Virginia. You made a wreath with old book pages. Oh, that's neat. I have a niece. She made a wreath with like coffee filters. But I do live sales. I'm not doing one this weekend, but I do live sales over on Virtual Home Decor Marketplace. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of that group or not. If anybody is watching that, hey Chris, if anybody is watching that is a part of that group, you're welcome to post the link to it. They have a big weekend coming up on Sunday. We have a bunch of creatives. Chris Hunter's going to be one of them, I think, maybe. There's a lot of creatives going to be on there. And then in the evening, there'll be crafters like me doing live sales, selling handmade crafts and lots of different stuff in the evening. So it's always a fun time. I'm not selling this weekend because I've been taking a little break and I don't have anything made. So I don't have anything to sell this weekend, but so once you get everything done, it's going to be really cute. But if you have any little holes, just go back in and just poke your little hole and add another piece of fabric till it's all filled in however you want it to be. You could do these in a bunch of different colors. The thinner fabric does work better, so if you don't want something real thick like this, like canvas type material, that would be hard. It would be harder to do it with that. But like the thinner materials work great. Yes, I love Virtual Home Decor Marketplace, and Terry has been great. I've been in her painting group, Terry Burton. I've been in her painting group since it started, and followed her to Virtual Home Decor Marketplace. Now I'm here on Craft Around the Clock. I can't even believe them. I can't even believe I'm over here doing this morning. Oh my goodness. Well, 45 minutes went by a lot faster than I thought it would. I didn't get the little ball completely done, but you kind of get the idea, and I'll finish it up and post pictures. But here's what we did today. If you missed it, if you just joined me, this was our craft that we did. The envelope, the little love hearts. Put your greenery of choice in there. I added some roses to it. It's got some Spanish moss, and then I just stuffed the bottom of it with some cotton to kind of fill it in a little bit. Thank you, Chris. So, oh, and then don't forget, you can add your little key or your little rusty bell or whatever you wanted to add on here. And don't forget, you could do like little shamrocks or something in there for St. Patrick's Day too. So, all right, you guys, my time is already up. I can't believe it. So I'll have to get me another episode scheduled, and I'll be sure to follow my page Charmed Southern Home, and I will post and let you guys know when I'm going to be on again. So thank you guys so much for sprinkling and everything, and I appreciate you spending some of your time with me this morning. So I hope you guys have a safe and happy New Year this weekend, and stay warm if you're somewhere where it's really cold. And I am going to be watching that virtual home decor marketplace on Sunday. Be sure you check it out. Starts first thing in the morning, and it's going to be going all day. So we'll see you guys later. Bye, everybody.